Jazz music. The genre was born in African American communities of New Orleans around 1900. The musicians at the time mixed musical styles such as blues, a style which originated in the deep south of the United States, which is heavy on emotion. Next is ragtime, a piano-based style with offbeat rhythms, and then brass band marches, which refers to marching music performed by brass and percussion instruments, often for parades and military events. Spirituals. These are religious songs created by enslaved African Americans, combining Christian themes with African musical traditions. Buddy Boulding, nicknamed Kim Boulding, led a band that is often cited as one of the first true jazz groups. By 1917, the original Dixieland Jazz Band recorded Lively Stable Blues, widely regarded as the first jazz record, but jazz had been developing in New Orleans clubs for years before that. Now, the key pioneers. Louis Armstrong, a New Orleans trumpeter and singer who made jazz a soloist art. His 1920s Hot 5 recordings are classics that turn jazz from ensemble playing into solo-dominated music. Armstrong became jazz's first international superstar. Duke Ellington and Count Basie, band leaders who led the swing-era big bands. In the 1930s, their orchestras, Ellington's and Basie's, became widely popular on radio and in clubs. Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie, innovators of bebop in the 1940s. They played fast, complex improvisations that revolutionized jazz's sound. Miles Davis, a trumpet legend who led multiple major jazz movements: cool jazz, modal jazz, jazz rock fusion from the 1950s onwards. He is credited with shaping jazz's direction for decades. Jazz kept reinventing itself. Key eras include swing, big dance bands led by Goodman, Ellington, Basie, etc. They played arranged swing music that filled dance halls. Cool jazz and hard bop, 1950s. Miles Davis and others slowed things down and integrated blues or gospel elements. For example, Mouse's Kind of Blue. Free jazz, 1960s. Musicians like Ornette Coleman broke the rules, playing with no fixed chords. Fusion, 1970s. Jazz mixed with rock, electronic instruments, and rock rhythms. For example, Mouse's Mouse Again, Butcher's Brew created a new jazz rock hybrid. Each new style built on the old. Jazz is always evolving from marching band roots to modern hybrids. Modern artists such as Nora Jones, Robert Glasper, and Samara Joy often borrow jazz elements. R&B and hip-hop producers regularly sample jazz tracks. In short, jazz began as a New Orleans folk style and became America's greatest art form. If you want more stories like this, hit subscribe and stay tuned. This is the Genre HQ, where stories live. Till then, Sweet Pepper's checking out. Mia.